And from my interaction with the prisoners, I was able to understand a lot of what was going on in this intelligence operation, even though I was far removed from it. As a chaplain, I was, of course, assigned to the detention operation, because essentially it would be unethical for any chaplain of any denomination to assist interrogators in extracting information from prisoners. That would be unethical for any military chaplain. And what were some of the things that I would learn? Well, for me, what was most disturbing was the abuses that was going on in Guantanamo. And as a chaplain, what disturbed me most was how religion was being used against the prisoner. A chaplain, of course, as I indicated earlier, whose role is to defend religious freedom, to advocate for religious accommodations, found it disturbing that religion was being used to attack these prisoners. And because each and every one of them is a Muslim, it was the use of Islam, my religion, to attack these prisoners. And how is that being done? We heard in 2005, publicly, first from Newsweek, that in Guantanamo, the Holy Quran was being desecrated. The news report there was that interrogators had taken the Holy Quran and they were flushing it down the toilet. Well, while I can't confirm the exact details of that specific Newsweek report, I can confirm that in Guantanamo, yes, the Holy Quran, the Book of Islam, was desecrated and abused, disrespected in many different ways down in Guantanamo. For Muslims, why is this a problem? Well, in Islam, the Quran is considered the literal words of God. And for Muslims, we keep the Holy Quran on the highest shelf in our homes. We never place it anywhere that's dirty or filthy. A Muslim student will never take the Holy Quran and put it under his or her chair or desk, because then you would be sitting over the Quran and that would be disrespectful. This is how Muslims all over the world revere and respect what we consider to be the literal words of God. And when you look at our sister religion, for example, Judaism, you find a similar respect for the words of God. Another way in which religion was being used to attack the prisoners was when prisoners told me, for example, how in a particular interrogation room, there was marked on the floor a large circle marked on the floor of that interrogation room. But it wasn't just an ordinary circle. It was actually a circle that had in the center of it a religious symbol. It was a satanic circle. The star of Satan was in the center of this large circle. And the interrogators would take the prisoner who was shackled and force that prisoner in the center of this satanic circle, the Muslim prisoner who believes in one God. And they would attempt to force that prisoner to bow down and to prostrate, like in the form of the Islamic prayer. When you see Muslims pray, they bow down, prostrate their head to the ground in prayer. They would attempt to force the prisoner to make this Islamic prayer in the center of the satanic circle, while they would scream at that prisoner that Satan is your God now, not Allah, meaning God the Almighty, the creator of all things. So this was another way in which religion was being used to directly attack the integrity, the religious belief of these Muslim prisoners. And there were other ways, from the use of female interrogators, sexually humiliating prisoners, where it's been reported that they went even as far as grabbing the genitals of Muslim prisoners in interrogation sessions, from other interrogators who posed as priests, who would then baptize these Muslim prisoners in some of these interrogation sessions. So religion was a weapon down in Guantanamo, used to attack prisoners. And when we look back at our own history in this country, the United States of America, when we look back at the first individuals who came to this country to settle here, what were they looking for? Religious freedom. They were looking for religious freedom. That was the very first cause here in the United States. But now, today, in Guantanamo, religion now is instead being used as a weapon to attack individuals' personal beliefs.